And both free throws good for Wade. Here's Freak. He's got 5.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
And he gets it to go.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
They set the pick. Frazier left side. And out of bounds as the Badgers gain possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze.
Wisconsin going with almost an entirely new group here. The Badgers leading by 3, and Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Fisher. He's out there with Hill. Payton is out there with Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the 4 spot.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money. And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
And so it looks like the Badgers will retain possession here. Both teams will make substitutions. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half.
That's his first personal foul.
There's 39 seconds left here in the first half of basketball.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that 3, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
And Fisher kicks to count. There's the kick out to Hill. That's good. And the assist goes to Fisher.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. It's the Badgers. And the big game is just about ready to get going for our second half of play. What a championship atmosphere we've got here tonight. We are just one half of basketball away from seeing college basketball history being made.
And in a championship game like this one, guys, you would have expected a close battle. I don't think either side is going to be able to run away and hide in this one.
And, Greg, tight games like this are where legends are born. I mean, if a player like Freak can come up huge in this final half of play, he'll anchor himself in school history as one of the greats to ever play the game.
Freak, he's in at the point. Also dunking out there. And it's Oubre in at the 3. And for the Badgers, we've got Kaminsky. Hawkins is out there with Hill. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the 4-man position. Here's the screen. Hill with it. Out defended by Freak. And it's Hill penetrating. And he gets it to go. Hill's got 5.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Now here's Freak. 15 points in the game. Nice work there coming off the screen. And Kansas leads by 1.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
So both teams making some changes. Down low, here's Payton. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
The Badgers leading by 6. Freak in at shooting guard. Boss is out there at Frazier. Then it's Williams. And it's Daniels in at the small forward position.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
To the left side wing. And a wide open look for Freak. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And that's 21 points for Freak. Freak's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. That beautiful stroke active tonight. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Both teams deciding to change it up. Poked away. Outside Hill. Passes it to Hawkins. They set the pick. Evans kicks to Hawkins. Hill with it. And Terry picks him up defensively. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here we go. The Jayhawks with a pass break. Freak with the ball.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
We've got 1:23 left in the second half. And it's off from three-point range. The Badgers leading by 5. Hawkins passes to Evans. And Terry over to help. Evans kicks to Hawkins. And the layup falls.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Hawkins has gone 6 of 10 shooting tonight from the field. And it's Freak missing.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. The time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
44 seconds left in the second half of basketball. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. 43 seconds left to play here in the second half. And the basket by Kaminsky. And now it's a 9-point Badger lead.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
Hawkins kicks to Kaminsky. Now, here's Decker. D right on him. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Substitution on the court.
So it's Wisconsin picking up the...
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University. With the 4th pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. With the 5th pick in the NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia. With the 6th pick in the NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select Willie Cauley-Stein. With the 7th pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select the 19-year-old point guard from the University of Kansas.
We met working at the post office.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Right now, folks, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Freak.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready. He's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to. And what a feeling it's got to be for this young player is that last bucket represents the first official score in the NBA from Freak.
You know, there we have it, the first taste of this young man's scoring prowess, showing he can handle NBA defense.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's the NBA that's going to have to show it can handle him, not the other way around. He's ready.
18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and three-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
Lawson kicks to Harden. Pass to Montejunas. 5 to shoot. Takes the turnaround J, and it's Denver with the rebound. Chandler outside. Feeds it to Ford. And again, it's Denver. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Lawson the pass to Harden, and he jams it with authority.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Freak with it. Step back shot. The shot no good. Lawson with the defensive effort there. Harden dishes to Lawson. Ariza has the open look, and Houston again with the bucket.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. There's 1:34 left in the first. Here's Howard. A shot by Lawson, wide open. The three-pointer, no good. The Nuggets trail by 5. Now here's Freak. Screen by Nurkic. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. And that's now 6 points for Freak.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Montejunas has the open look. Houston with a big group substitution here. Montejunas is checked in for Terrence Jones. Ariza comes in for Corey Brewer. James Harden, he's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Montejunas and Howard the post pair. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Lawson in at the 1. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Rockets leading by 3. Clark think last season we saw Mona Eunice make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Move the ball. Screen by Fareed. And here's Freak. 6 points for him. The three. And again, Denver, no good.
And Montezuma's actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
Here's Harden, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Freak.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here.
And the first half is now. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. One of the stories here, Corey Brewer's checked in for Houston. Patrick Beverley comes in for Ty Lawson. Houston's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers. To go down for them here in the fourth.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Rockets.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Well, the ball movement was good. The player movement was excellent, and you only get assists when guys make shots.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Harden. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Taking a look at the Nuggets. Freak in it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. James Harden, he delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just...
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
And the Nuggets is the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA. Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Big group substitution here for Denver. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Gallinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. Martin's checked in for Randy Foye. And Freak subbed in for Moutier. So on the floor for Denver, Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Will Barton is out there with Freak. And it's Hickson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. So he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
1:44 left here in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Freak. No good. Curry with the defensive effort. On the pass to Spates. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Connects from three-point range. Thompson's got 8. Hickson a screen. And here's Freak. Fires the 3. Draymond Green with the rebound. Pass to Barnes. Poke loose. And Gallinari kicks to Freak. From deep. Barnes grabs the miss. Warriors leading by 4. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way.
That's now 7 straight.
For Leandro Barbosa. And Steph Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Big group substitution here for Denver. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Dorsey. Farid comes in for J.J. Hickson. Freak's checked in for Barton. And it's Moutier in for Jameer Nelson. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Move the ball. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Thompson. Gallinari against Barnes. The Nuggets with another miss.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year. And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Freak. Off the mark, and the drought continues. On our old partner, Steve Kerr also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars, and Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success. No. I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, and Steve has that.
Excellent point.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
From beyond the arc and then some. Freak's got 5 points in the quarter. Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. To the paint, Thompson passes to Bogut. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 6 points for Andrew Bogut. Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Here's Thompson. The Nuggets trail by 4. Moutier kicks to Gallinari. Dishes it to Freak. Off target with his 3.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to. And a pretty tight.
Thank you, Kevin.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Golden State. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Clippers. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Freak in at 2-guard. Gallinari is out there with Laverne. Then it's Jameer Nelson, and it's Dorsey in at the center. Freak off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Thompson outside, and the wide open shot from Green. They get it again. Now Nelson. Here's Freak. Off the mark. So we see the Warriors taking the game.
Yes, Kevin.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Klay Thompson. He came out of the locker room at halftime with some nice shooting, going 3 for 3 to start the third quarter.
Just a
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad Anthony Davis, one of the most unique talents in the NBA. I see a lot of myself in him. I can't wait to face him and see if I can get the upper hand. I know I'm still a rookie, but it's the ultimate test to see where my game is at right now. And I live for these moments. So bring it on, Brow.
The Pelicans are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This is the first game back in Denver for the Nuggets. They've struggled game after game to secure wins. It's been a tough haul, but they've had to feel like this game provides them a good chance to win.
And you know they want to win this game, not only for a redemption after losing the first time they met up, but also to be in a situation where they can still win the season series.
That's exactly right. 3 times in all they'll face this team. So a win here to tie.
And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Omer Asher.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
Expanding his range, and he sinks it from deep. Three-pointer good from Freak. The Pelicans have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Holiday the pass to Gordon. Evans kicks to Holiday. They set the pick. The drive by Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Shot on the wing. The shot by Holiday, no good. You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to starting to value every possession. And that's good news for the rest of that team.
1:41 left to play here in the first. It's stolen by Foy. And Foy with a clear bat to the hoop. And that one's good.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself. And that was a golden.
Here's Evans. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Hickson. Chandler comes in for Fareed. Will Barton, he's checked in for Gallinari. And Nelson is subbed in for Randy Ford. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Perkins, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Fires from the corner. Misses off the left iron.
You know, back to Tyreke Evans last year, he had a big jump in three-point percentage. He was also up in assists, rebounds, really did a lot of good things. The only bad news, he was also up in turnovers.
Chandler kicks to Freak. Chandler a screen. Freak with it. 6 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. From the wing, and he knocks down the jumper. Freak's got 8 points. Here's Cole, guarded by Nelson. Cole dishes to Anderson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. For New Orleans, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
so he can't get either to fall. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with my family and weigh the options and really take the time to figure out what's best for me. It was tough. I mean, I loved my team, my coaches, and just the whole college experience, you know.
Now with more and more freshmen changes. Gallinari, he's checked in for Chandler. Foy comes in for Barton. And Freak subbed in for Moutier. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Perkins. Anthony Davis comes in for Omer Asher. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Anderson. And Gordon subbed in for Quincy Pondexter. So for New Orleans right now, Evans and Davis, the forward tandem. Norris Cole is out there with Gordon. And it's Ajinça in at the 5, roaming the paint.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
And most good teams in the NBA are great at exploiting the three ball. The Nuggets struggled with that last season, and it lowered their overall effective field goal percentage.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Jazz played some good basketball. He ended with 7 points, and he also was creating for others by getting the ball in a position to score it. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, Doris, well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
Nuggets did struggle with threes, and good teams hit them. It really limited what they could do on offense.
Well, it's no coincidence that the top 10 three-point percentage shooting teams in the league all made the playoffs. I mean, you have to be able to spread the floor on offense, and Denver was just unable to do that last year.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gordon, the pass to Davis. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Freak, 11 points in the game. Screen by Fareed. Now Freak. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do right there, Greg, and the timing.
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of...
Now on the court,
and as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Perkins, he's checked in for Asher.
The only color I care about is green, money.
Mr. Dom Pagnotti.